do this to me. This is like racism or something.
Oh, shut up. You're being charged with first-degree murder, Ryan.
Well, I don't understand how that is, seeing as I've never murdered anyone.
I find that hard to believe considering we have substantial evidence that points all fingers to you. Not to mention there's footage we've received not too long ago that shows you and Mr. Carson having a verbal and physical confrontation. That was because he was involved with the death of my sister and didn't do anything to stop it. I had every right to be pissed off. Interesting. Sounds like one hell of a motive to me.
What's the matter, Marcus? Shocked to see the best person you ever had come back to you?
No, don't get it twisted. Me and my friends sticking you in a cell was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah, that's what you may think, but seriously, I came by so we could talk things out. Make amends. Why should I make amends over some bullshit you started? Plus, how did you even get out anyway? That's not really important now, is it? But if you should know, I did take my time in there to think about how wrong I was and figured out ways to rejuvenate myself.
For some reason, I seriously doubt that.
Look, Marcus, how can we move past this?
We can't, Lydia. You drove one of our bestest friends away over some wild-ass assumptions.
I know that. I was just afraid of losing you, believe me. If I could go back and stop myself from causing such a mess, I would.
But you can't. Now can you?
I didn't kill Ken. If anything, you people should be going after the folks who got away with murdering my sister.
Listen, I truly am sorry about your sister, really. But the connection between you and him isn't at all unfamiliar. And personally, what I think...
I don't give a flying damn shit what it is that you think.
What I think, deep down inside, half of you is actually glad that he's gone. I mean, it's like you said, apparently there was something he knew what would happen to your sister and she's gone. Later, you soon tell him he'll pay for it. He ends up dead. It's too much of a coincidence. Now, here are some photos we took of the crime scene that you can look over.
Unbelievable. I request an attorney. Right now. So you really aren't gonna let me in to apologize?
It's not gonna happen. You need to understand what you did was out of order. And I don't want anything else to do with you, period. Besides, I've already moved on to the sane.
How is everybody doing this lovely evening? Welcome back to another video of WBM What's Behind Malibu, giving you all the juiciest dirt that Malibu sweeps under the rug, all the backdoor secrets and gossip you just must know from your girl, Giselle Brooks. And tonight we begin with a very special inside scoop. Ryan, who starred in Life in the Dream House, has been arrested and is apparently being charged with murder in the first degree, the victim being the unsuspecting Ken Carson child. That man was fine too. My sources say that Ryan is currently being held for questioning, but I know that our viewers will also be wondering what will be of the heartbroken Barbie Roberts. A relationship that, let's be honest, has been on constant rotation for many decades, but I would be feeling some kind of way losing a man if he was just as fine as me. My sources also claim that he committed this very heinous act due to an alleged dispute Ryan's sister Raquel had with Ken, which ended up with her in a body bag. I'd say something like that was definitely enough to push Ryan over the edge, but whatever issue between Ken and Raquel had must have been enough to push Ken over the edge, because everybody knows the girl was obsessed with Barbie's man, just like Ryan is with Barbie. Coincidence? Some may think not. Some people say that he only did it for the simple fact that Ken looked way better than him. Honestly, I think that probably would be the reason, but that ain't even the point right now. They say there are two sides to every story, and we just can't help but to think there will be more to this story coming up soon. So be sure to stay tuned, and we will most certainly have more information about this riveting situation underway.
Son of a bitch. You're pregnant.
Yes, it would seem so. You sure don't seem excited about it. What do you want me to say? Like we're not already in an awkward position as it is? Oh, yeah, you're right. My bad. I would have told you sooner, but I was too busy finding out you like fucking guys in our bed sheets. Look, I already know me saying sorry will never be enough and won't make up for it. But what are we gonna do about the baby? What do you mean? There's not much to think about. You mean you're not gonna keep it? Oh no, I am. I very much am. Well, how is this gonna work? I mean, between us. Why does it sound like you don't want anything to do with this child? That's not what I'm saying. No, because that's exactly what the hell it sounds like. All these questions about it. What is there to think about? I mean, after what I just found out about you, God knows what else you could be hiding. My parents are gonna have a field day with this one. Fuck. Yeah, fuck is right. I don't even know how I'm gonna tell them. Then just tell them about the baby. Oh, and leave out the part that you're knee deep in the closet? Well, we have to tell them something other than that. And I'm not knee deep in any closet. Damn. Your ability to deny is either downright pathetic or terrifying. Gigi, we know how your parents are. For all we know, they could end up taking the baby away from you. And you took my best friend away from me. So thanks a lot. I don't know if I can even get to see him the same anymore. As for my parents, we're just gonna have to cross that bridge when we come to it now, won't we? I'm gonna need a while to process this. Until then, I want you out. I'll pick up the rest of my shit tomorrow then. Oh, and also, I want you to get rid of that footage you had of Blair. She told me everything. You get rid of that and just maybe I'll do you a favor. Bitch. You're pregnant?
Oh, that was fast. How did it go? Actually, it went somewhat better than I expected. And I really don't know if that's good or bad. At least no one ended up dead. Well, you just make sure you watch your back, Elijah. Ain't nothing worse than a scorned white woman. What did she say? Well, she was like, I wish you could have told me. All I wanted was the truth. And she'll need some time to herself. I don't blame her. But at least it's all aired out now. Oh, snap. There go my ride. I'm about to go out. Hold up. You going out again? Did you forget where we living at? You got a point. But wait, I still need to tell you what happened about what's her name. Damn, I forgot about that. Okay, just tell me tomorrow. Them 6-foot boys ain't gonna wait forever. Alright, you be safe now. Hello?
Yo, Eli, it's me. I need you to get everybody over here pronto. We got a serious problem. Oh, there you are, Janet. Forgive me for asking, but why exactly am I down here? I got patients needing me bad upstairs. Alright, so I'll just cut to the chase here. The police found the body of this woman in the woods. A lovely couple spotted her during their hike and immediately informed authorities. Right now she's listed as a Jane Doe, but she had no identification. However, your name and contact information was on her. So, I was sort of hoping if you could be able to identify her yourself. Oh, dear. Yeah, of course, I can do that. Alrighty. Oh no. I take it you do know her. An old friend of mine's. Her name's Amber. Amber Beckett. Oh, girl, she look a mess. I'm so sorry. Now, it's pretty obvious what the cause of death is, judging from the trauma on her head in the mid-sector of her figure. Half of her face is nearly unrecognizable. Whoever did this definitely wanted her out of the way for whatever reason. Homicide will be on their way soon, but if you need to take some time to process this or... No, that's okay. Thank you so much for telling me. Of course. Yeah, they fucked you up good. Monte, you need to bring your tiny Tim-looking self over here right now. I just got called down to the morgue. Amber is dead. Yes, I'm pregnant. Wow. Just when I thought this couldn't get any more sad. I bet you're just loving this, aren't you? Damn straight. This is what you get for hanging on to a man that's all about playing games. And now on top of that, you're carrying his child. Only, it's something that I actually wanted all along. Starting a family and just having a happy ending. Excuse me? Even someone with half a brain would see that there won't be a good ending in this situation, Gigi. Wait, what did you mean this is what you wanted all along? Remember that plan of my own I told you about before? Wait a minute. That's what you were referring to? Of course. He thinks he can just hurt me and try to move on from this? He is dead wrong. And because having his kid out of spite just seemed like the most logical thing to do, I'm starting to think you're under the same drugs as me right now. You know, you're gonna judge, aren't you? I'm actually creating a family and making us stay together. Let's not forget that you chose drugs over yours, Blair, over me. We already established me not being a perfect sister 5 times over. I can't keep saying sorry enough, but we're talking about you bringing a child into this world for all the wrong reasons. And from what it sounded like, Jay obviously doesn't want anything to do with it. Oh no, he better. He will. At some point in time, I guarantee you that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna bounce too before I get too much whiff of your crazy. I'm pretty sure your drug's already doing that for you, bitch. I came over here as quick as I could. Did you tell the others? Well, no. Elijah, this is an emergency. I need everyone here. What's going on? Jay and Gigi have a bit of a situation going on too. I have to explain later. What's the emergency? You know who is back. No, you don't mean yes. She came over here not too long ago saying how she wished she could have took everything back and wanted to apologize. You know she ain't really mean that, right? She crazy as fuck. Of course I know. I didn't believe not one word and gave her the boot right after. How did she even get out of jail anyway? I asked her the same thing and she wouldn't tell me. Just when things were starting to look good for me too. Well, what about that girl you've been seeing lately? I seem to recall her and Kiki being good friends. You should warn her. I mean, I already told Sheila about her, but she doesn't know she's out of jail now. Well, that can change if you tell her now. And I know what you're thinking, Marcus. Don't. It's best her finding out through you than a much harder way. Yeah, you're right. Also, what is going on with Gigi and Jay? The truth is already out, so no use hiding it. You're gonna want to sit down for this one. Damn, is the world ending or something? Yes, it is. Monte, this is not the time for us to be losing our heads right now. Yes, it is. Don't you see? We're being picked off one by one. And right when I took care of that traitor. Listen, my information was on her when they found her body and the ME is ruling it a homicide. Sooner or later, the cops are going to be questioning me. If anything, I should be panicking right now. And it would have only looked suspicious if I told them I didn't know her. Monte, with all this craziness, you know what we had to do, right? No, we can still be able to fight this. We can still figure this out and still be able to keep this business going. While the damn sky is falling, are you kidding me? Until we figure out who's behind this, we're all in danger. We have to put the syndicate on hold for a while. No, we can't afford to put the business on hold, literally. As if our credibility isn't already hanging by a thread as it is, we still have plenty of regulars roaming around the city that count on us to give them what they want. And I guess that's more significant than our very own lives. Even for you, this is just reckless. You know, I don't even know why I keep reasoning with your ass. Don't forget, you being in this business was what helped you pursue your career. I took you in the minute it all became mine and got you to where you are today. And I knew you would because we were good friends. And made me your partner behind the scenes because you knew I wasn't stupid. Not that what I say these days matter to you anyway. I'm just trying to do what's best for all of us, even if that means sacrifices are to be made. You always knew that. This is about business, drugs, my product that I'm selling out there. Your product? You mean your damn legacy. You never originated chrome. Your folks did. And who's the one keeping it afloat? Who helped you replicate it? Literally, part of this business wouldn't be nothing without me. I'm getting very tired of having this conversation with you. Keep testing me. No, you don't want to stand there and test me right now, bitch. You are just as
you don't
expendable
test
as everyone
we are
else.
getting
Either
hit
we keep
hard
this money
each
going
time
or
and you
nothing
keep
at
on
all. Deciding to keep things going like nothing's happening. Listen, either you tell the girls what's really going on around here, or I will. Swear to God, like maybe 20% of this at least has to be racially motivated. Not another word, Ryan. Wasn't planning on voicing one. I'm Ryan's mother, Rita, and this is his defense attorney. Xavier Thorne, I'll be representing my client here. We're not finished here. This interrogation became finished the moment I stepped into the room. Or did a junior-looking officer like yourself suddenly forget the regulations of one's Miranda rights? No, Mr. Thorne, I'm perfectly aware. It's just that we found hard evidence that ties Ryan to Ken's murder. First your sister and now this. How much are you gonna put us through? Mom, I didn't do this. Guys, not here. And what hard evidence is this exactly? All I see on the table is photos of the victim's blood, if the blood is even the victim's. Where's the body? There is surveillance footage of him and Mr. Carson in the hospital in a physical altercation on the night his sister died, which he was grieving from. I don't have to remind you, anger is a part of that, obviously. We're all well aware of the connection he has with Ken and Barbie, but this isn't about that. This is about him being charged with homicide, which in itself is very suspect. How ironic. And I notice you didn't answer my question, which leads me to believe there really isn't any evidence against him. And if this is what qualifies as hard evidence in this department, you ought to be ashamed of yourselves. As I said, we're finished here. Ryan, let's go. Ha, in your face. Ryan! Coming. Are you really gonna get me through this? How come I never met you before? Because you haven't. And technically, you're not even my client until we have the necessary forms all signed. Thankfully, they actually did let us go. If I were you, I would sign them. I will. Don't get me wrong, you seem promising, but I can't even afford you. What, did you think I was just here for decoration? No, I'll be covering the costs. Don't worry about that. Ryan, I know you would never do such a thing, but you have to tell us if it's true or not. Mom, I swear to you, it's not. This is all on Barbie. You know that. She's capable of this stuff. She makes things happen. And after I told you to keep the hell away from her, I was. But I just don't understand why all of a sudden this is happening. She wouldn't do this if she didn't have... What is it? Nothing. I'm just tired. Can we go over those forms and get this done? Sounds like a plan. I don't really know what to say. You don't have to say anything. I know it's a lie. I mean, you and Jay, wow, I mean, I have sensed a little tension between y'all lately, but this is something. I know. I can understand if neither one of you wanted anything to do with me, especially Gigi. Elijah, you know me better than that. We all make mistakes, but at least you were upfront about it. Yeah, except for being way too late. I knew the truth was gonna come out. I warned Jay that I was gonna tell her. Well, better late than never. Although there's a lot going on between y'all, we still need to let them know about Lydia. On that note, I'm gonna go ahead and give Sheila a call, then I'll see if I can at least reach out to either Jay or Gigi as soon as possible. And maybe at some point, sit down and all have a talk with each other. Alright. I'll just be at home triple locking my door, then start hating on men. But you like them. Don't remind me. Who the hell is you? Someone who's about to become your best friend. You gonna let me in? That depends. You got my damn food? I guess that's a no, so I'll just get right to it then. I know who you are, and I know who your daughter is. Now, lately, I've been noticing she's getting very chummy with a guy I know. Marcus? Oh, yeah, I met him. He seems to talk a good game, but it's only a matter of time until she come crying to me about him. But what's it to you, though? I've known Marcus for a while now, and I'll admit our relationship has been a bit complicated. I'm willing to fix things with him, but I don't think that'll be able to happen if he's getting all close with Sheila. Where are you going with this exactly? I couldn't help but to overhear your delicate squabble with Sheila. Did you really try to bribe Marcus to keep away from her? Not saying I didn't, but not saying I did either. So as far as I'm concerned, I believe our agendas mesh. I see what you're saying. But all I'm hearing about is how this is more of an issue for you, and yet you came to me. What exactly am I to gain from helping you out? Some shred of respect from your daughter, and the simple fact that you'll be right about Marcus. See, he doesn't even know what he wants. It'll just be up to me to do the convincing, and that's only if he gets with me. So, you telling me not only is that standing on a very big if, I'll be getting nothing but bragging rights from this if it actually goes down? Girl, bye. Okay, look, obviously you'll be taking a lot of chances here, I won't lie. But I'm also aware that you and Sheila seem to have a difficult relationship as well. What better way to mend it than to get left by a man she thought would be there for him, and then to get her loving mother in her arms who tried to warn her? So, ready to really get down to it or not? Here's my number. Unfortunately, I need to quickly head back home to New York for a minute to take care of business. But if I come back and I hear no progress has been made, little girl, we never met. Don't worry, I tend to have ways of making things happen. I'm Lydia, by the way. Candace. But I like to be called Candace. How the hell am I gonna pull this off? Ugh. Where has Amber been? I need my stuff. What the hell kind of drug dealer doesn't want to get paid? This is bullshit. Screw this. I'll just go back to Gigi's. Actually, I know I'm digging my own grave doing this. Mom, it's me. No, I'm not back on the drugs. Why is that always the first question you ask me? Okay, whatever. Look, pleasantries aside, if you think me being on whatever it is you think I'm on is bad, wait until you hear about Gigi and her man of the year. Please, Mike, I don't think so. Why not? Because if you think I'm gonna let you parade over here with more of your problems that could fuck me over again, you are wrong. Look at you. And I promise I will explain this and everything else if you just help me. Like you helped me after I was almost killed. After you put me and people I consider family in serious danger. No, what you should explain why I should have the nerve to help your ass. Go on. Tell me. What's going on with Mike? Why he outside? I don't know, he probably farting out the rest of that chili. You know how messed up that gets him. Better the outside world than us. But anyway, that's right. I just got some interesting phone calls from Marcus and Ray Ray. Oh snap, what was Ray Ray talking about? I think she said something about coming back to town tonight and hope that we've been alright, what with everything that's happened. Well, thankfully stuff has been pretty quiet on our end lately, but I don't know if that's good or bad though. Well, this is where the bad comes into place. Tell me why Marcus told me his ex got released from jail and the first thing she did was go to his place. The Looney Tune? Y'all was just talking about? Oh, hell. What did she do? Did she do anything? She ain't do nothing. He just said she tried to apologize, but at the same time was seeing if he would take her back. Next thing you know, he gave her the boot. As if we didn't have enough to worry about. If this girl is as crazy as Marcus says she is, we need to keep our eyes open, especially yours, Sheila. See, now I gotta get my gun. Desiree, you ain't even gotta do all that right now. You be so quick trying to pick up that damn gun. I'm sure we ain't gotta worry about it too much. But it's like you said, the first thing this girl did was see Marcus. She clearly ain't over him. Look, I know he might seem like he's Mr. Right to you or something, but from the way I'm starting to see things, this girl could become an obstacle for y'all both. And if she does, we'll find a way to deal with it. If only I knew what she looked like. $5 says she got a mustache. You play too much. Now, are you sure there isn't a small bit of racism involved here? Ryan, I need you to focus. Now that the forms are all signed, we can get right to business. They're trying to pin you with first-degree murder. And from the way this so-called evidence the police attempted to project us with, which is clearly non-existent, it sounds like someone is trying to frame you. So, is there a possibility my case is an immediate slam dunk? This charge against me could easily be dropped? Not unless whoever it is that's out to get you thinks of another way to try to put you down, which could indicate that this investigation could go on for however long it takes until we have solid proof that you weren't responsible for Mr. Carson's death. Which I'm not. I didn't do this, and I believe you. But I saw the way you looked back at the precinct, as if you had an epiphany. There's something you're not telling me, is there? Well, it's complicated, but I know going away 25 to life for no reason is way beyond whatever you're hiding. It's best to tell me these things now, so I'm not blindsided ahead. See, I know Barbie is behind this, but I also know it's things like this she wouldn't do if she didn't have a reason. You're saying there's actually a reason she's framing you, and you know what that reason is. I think it may have something to do with my involvement of an old friend. Well, an old acquaintance, more so. And how long ago did you and this acquaintance last speak? About a few weeks before all this happened. In fact, she was the one that told me Barbie believed that I was the one that did something to Ken. He disappeared around that time, but you know, I obviously didn't care. I see. So, when you were arrested, was Barbie herself or that other person there by any chance? As a matter of fact, she was, and she didn't say a word. I'm pretty sure she even helped the cop push me into the squad car. What is it? What's wrong? Your case isn't going to be a slam dunk. But I asked you if there was a guarantee, and you said I never said it was going to be a guarantee. That was before I realized that Barbie is the one we're fighting against. If it was any other ordinary citizen, this would be a different story, but this is Barbie we're talking about. She's the one that wants you to go down. She's the one that wants to stick you in a cell. Even if she had the tiniest involvement with this, it would have been difficult. But from what you're telling me, the way it sounds, she's completely involved, which renders this extremely difficult. So I'm practically screwed is what you're saying. And after you stood there in front of me and vouched that I should sign these damn papers? Ryan, I've dealt with many high-end cases in my time, both petty and prodigious. I need you to understand that this isn't going to be an easy fight. Difficult, yes, but not impossible. See, it's no secret that the system is set up for powerful people to believe they're untouchable. I don't believe that. They can't be if you have the right kind of people by your side. Point is, long as you have me on your side, Barbie won't know what'll hit her. Monte, shut up. I needed to call for this emergency meeting because we're under attack. Amber is dead. What? You can't be serious. What happened? She was found out on the forest trail. Janet's contact info was on her, which is the only reason we even know about it now. There was massive blunt force trauma and the examiner is ruling it a homicide. I don't believe this. So what the hell are we gonna do? How do we know if one of us isn't gonna be next? And where's Patricia anyhow? I had her go to the hospital to look over Janet and make sure this doesn't pin back to us. She said she'll let us know what happens. She'll also still be keeping tabs on Dante. And there's more bad news. The deal between us and our business partner is now null and void. New York is out of the question. Listen, bitches. Things do look bleak now. That's not hard to recognize, but oh, things look bleak? This whole thing went past bleak and gone straight into fucked up. You better watch your goddamn tone. Monte, what is the plan? What are our next steps? You tell us the business deal is out the window and now suddenly Amber turns up dead? Let me explain this shit further and I'll tell you exactly what we should do. Now, like I said, watch your damn tone and shut the fuck up. Me and Janet talked about this soon as we found out about Amber, and she thinks it'll be best to temporarily disband the MT Syndicate. That's a terrible idea. You mean the most reasonable one we've had in a while. Frankly, it's about time somebody said it. What, so you would rather the business fails within every second? Every day we aren't doing what we're supposed to be doing? At least our heads will still be intact. Tell that to Amber. Bitch, may I remind you of the enemies we have running around here? There's Dante, who we still know you used to have history with, and Ray Ray, who also has history with you. The same person who's declaring war on us all. Crystal, what are you trying to say exactly? We don't even know if either of those two are the ones behind this. And that's my point. We don't know shit. We don't know who killed Drake. We still don't know where his body is. We don't know who killed Amber. And we lost the one business opportunity that could have gave us a break. But you think being walking targets around here is the right protocol? Regardless of the fact, we still need to respect mommy's wishes on getting more money. The fuck you, you pinheaded mongoose looking ass bitch. I think that is quite enough. Now get your dumb ass up. As much as it pains me to say this, it would be wise to go through with disbanding the business for now, until we have leads and find out who's behind all this. And just where do you think you're going? I'm headed out to Vegas, while I still have the rest of my freedom. And don't worry, Monte, I'm still in the game. Just give me a call when this all blows over. So there really is nothing we can do. No, there's not. If I could have it any other way, things would be different. But what about Janet and Patricia? I'll give them word as soon as I hear back from Patricia. In the meantime, I'll just have Patricia keep an eye out on Dante. Is there anything you need me to do? Anything at all? It's not like we need that albino-haired alligator for the time being. As a matter of fact, there is. I just remembered something very important. Remember that associate of Dante's you told me about a while ago? The high maintenance chick. Yeah. We never got a chance to look for her under all the confusion. There was someone that Drake was seeing and had a falling out with before he died. And you think she could have had something to do with his disappearance? Isn't that kind of a reach? If there's one thing I realized, Dante seems to have a connection with almost anyone we know of. I have a hunch that if we get our hands on that bitch, she'll give us all the answers we want. I'm back. What, did you run out of chrome already? Cute. No, nothing like that. But if you must know, Mom is going to be on her way down here from San Francisco soon. Wait, what? And apparently Dad isn't going to be tagging along. Something about him being totally booked of all those real estate appointments he does, I don't know. Blair, our parents being involved in my situation with Jay is the absolute last thing I need. Actually, I think it's the first thing you need. If I can't talk some sense into you, surely Mom will. Oh, I can't even be surprised. Of course you would quickly go turn around and tell her. You don't even realize that you just screwed yourself. That's hilarious coming from you. Jay still has that footage of you. I told him if he were to get rid of it, I would keep my mouth shut about this whole thing to our parents. He can still be oblivious of mom's presence either way. Oh, really? How? How? Like the second she shows up, she won't come straight to us, then head right over to Jay, and in that moment, he shows her the video. He wouldn't still have it if you got sidetracked and instead announced your big bombshell. He wouldn't have it at all if you didn't get caught. And that's always been your problem, quick to blame everyone else on your mistakes, your faults, as if you didn't cause them to begin with. Oh, please. I'm not the one deciding to have a child by the man who I truly love betray me with my gay best friend. He hurt you, he caused you pain, and you want to use the child as retaliation for as long as he lives. You know, I always thought it was ridiculous when mom used to say she saw a little bit of her in you, and my God, I can finally see the resemblance. And it scares me. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. See, unlike you, I actually have things in this life worth living for, worth caring about. And you're gonna stand there and tell me that Jay is one of them? Over your own sister who would actually protect you? If I didn't care enough about you, I would have never came down here. No, you only bothered to show up so you could have a sanctuary. You were still on the drugs and just needed a place to do them without expecting an attack. Well, mission failure for me, right? You know what? I'm done. Where are you going? Somewhere that isn't here. I said I was gonna be digging my own grave calling mom, but damn. And at least by the time she arrives, I'm already out of the picture. Like you always wanted.
Jay, it's me. Oh, hey, come in. Damn, this room ain't half bad. Wasn't cheap either, and I'm the only guest staying in it. So you said you wanted to talk about something urgent. What's up? Two urgent things, actually. The first, Lydia's back. What? Lydia? Loose lunatic Lydia? How? She wouldn't tell me, but obviously she made bail or something. Not that it matters who paid it anyway. Or, knowing what a psycho she is, escaped instead. Wouldn't rule it out. But the second thing, I don't know how to say this exactly the right way, so I'm just gonna go out with it. Elijah told me everything. Did he? Look, of course, I don't care who you're into, obviously. Girls, guys, but we're all best friends. How could you go behind Gigi's back like that? I think I heard quite enough about this from her. Elijah is just as guilty. No doubt, but at least he was willing to come forth with the truth. Except he didn't. What are you trying to make me out the bad guy here? Look how you sound right now, man. Give me a reason why I shouldn't. Aside from that, I did come here to warn you about Lydia, and our safety is what's most important. I already told Eli, and I'm sure Gigi is in a more fragile state, so I'll just leave a voicemail. Alright. And I also told Eli I want us to all sit down at some point and try to work through this together. It'll be tough, but it isn't like anything we dealt with before. I can hardly wait.
Ryan? Were you behind this? Behind what? Did you know that she was gonna do this to me? I know it was all over Malibu News and WBN. You had to have seen it. Yes. They got you for murdering Ken. What, you're here to finish me off too? You and I both know Ken is probably somewhere laughing his ass off while this all goes down. Did you or did you not have a hand in this? Even if I did, do you really think I would just be sitting on my ass all day waiting to get caught? I don't trust you. After you tossed me off to the side like yesterday's garbage? Oh, what? Because you thought me and you were an item? That we'd sail off to the sunset together? Seriously, don't make me laugh. Okay, You may have been a dog. Maybe you really were grief-stricken over Raquel. But that isn't a valid excuse to frame you for murder. But you know exactly who would be capable enough to do it. Did you ever meet with Barbie during the time you were mad at me? Did you speak with someone? Did you say something to her that would cause her to do this to me? Well, that just figures. What the hell did you do? I told her I was gonna take her down. That she wasn't gonna get away with all the crimes she's done, and she will be hearing a lot from me. So that's it then. You swear to put her on timeout, and somehow I'm paying the price. Someone has to stop her, no matter what you or Nikki says. What does Nikki have to do with this? After I spoke to Barbie, there was Nikki. But instead of helping me, she boarded the next plane to who the hell knows where. I don't think she's coming back. Wise choice if you ask me. You would rather be a coward is what you're saying. You mean you would rather affect the lives of those around you to stop someone who you know doesn't give a damn about you anymore? See, it's no wonder why me, you, Nikki, and Ken questioned why Summer and Midge left. They saw who Barbie was becoming before this all even started. We just didn't want to see it. But we should have did the same as them. And split when we had the chance. It wouldn't have made a difference, Ryan. No, the difference is I would still have my sister. She would still be here with me. And I wouldn't be charged with Ken's fake-ass murder. But you know what? You clearly know what's best. So when you keep poking the bear and it actually harms you directly, let me know how you'll feel then.
Barbie? I'm so sad. Stacy is asking if you wanted some cupcakes. Perhaps those will help.
As good as cupcakes are, not even those will make me feel better, Chelsea.
Well, is there anything I can do?
Yeah. You can get out.
Asshole.
Do I really need to remind you? Please enlighten me. Porque eres mi hermano, Mike. And I love you. We're supposed to be family. You could say that. But I can't help but to call that into question, seeing as how well you're handling all this bullshit with Monte and them. What is that supposed to mean? You know what the hell that's supposed to mean. I get shot down because of a mistake you made. My life almost took because you literally couldn't keep your nose out of other people's business. It was a grand lapse in judgment.
A lapse in judgment. And that's not even counting all the other times you never looked out for me.
Now you want to stand there and say I never cared about you?
You never protected me. You never stood up for me the way that a brother should. No one else but our mother was the only one that was there for me all those years ago.
I was messed up then. Still am. Do you realize how much I wish I could go back and make things better?
Well, you can't, Dante.
I have no one else to help me now, Mike. If you could just take me in, get me through this, I promise. I can make it all up to you.
Man, how? You can't even tell me, can you? I'll tell you what. You know what you could do? Tell both of us. By staying the fuck away from me. For good.
Mike, no.
Hello? Yeah, I just got back into town. Yeah, I know where to meet you. I'm on my way. I had to think of something. What else was I supposed to do?
I don't know. Maybe not fake my death? That would have been nice.
Teresa didn't have to come for me the way that she did. I'm doing this only to protect us.
Wrong. You're doing this to protect you, and Teresa probably did so for a reason.
Are you really defending her right now?
You wouldn't have did this for no apparent reason otherwise. One minute I'm sitting in my house, the next I'm being flown out to South America.
It's not like you have to do anything there. Think of it as the vacation of your dreams.
Only in those dreams, my name is actually Ken Carson.
Okay, listen. I understand you're agitated over this, but it's done. Soon enough, I will have Ryan locked away with Teresa in shambles. At some point, I'll deal with her, and no one else will threaten us again.
And what exactly are you going to say to the people when I make my return to Malibu, Barbie? You do realize you can't keep this up for long.
That's not for you to worry about now, is it? Until further notice, South America is your new home.
You were my home, Barbie. What happened to you?
I'll talk to you soon.
No.
Patricia. Malibu, sweet Malibu. Strange being back, isn't it? Like you wouldn't believe, Rebecca. As always, Monte's been up to no good making moves. But it wasn't too long ago where she made a few that was completely out of bounds. She recruited someone that I know. But now looking back, I don't know how the hell I tolerated her. And she came after Mike. Monte shot him herself, nearly killed him. But last I heard, he was recovering well. Fucking deplorable. That's why I spent all this time searching for you to help me. I won't be able to do this alone. But I gotta hand it to you, you weren't easy to track down. You played dead pretty damn well. Just like we planned on that night, you made Monte believe that you killed me. We did what we had to do, Sean. First I almost lost you, and now I almost lost my best friend from her very own hands. I warned her before I left that this was war. And it's gonna be a battle I'll make sure she'll never forget. And soon enough, won't come back